Are you curious about this 4-in-1 defrosting cutting board? So am I. I recently received this from the seller to try out in exchange for my honest perspective on it. So I'm gonna play around with it and see what I learn. First of all, the package is nice. Inside of here, they claim this is a 4-in-1. Let me show you the 4 parts. So first of all, it comes with the actual defrosting board. So on this side, you can see it has grooves in it and it's kind of this metal type material. It does have a nice silicone ring all the way around it. I really like that because if I'm gonna thaw some meat on here and some of those juices come out, I don't want those running on my countertop. Really like that. The back side has the cutting board. I also really like that it's got a groove all the way around here. It also has some markings here, so if you are measuring, you can use that little ruler, if you will. It also has a little grater here for your garlic, and then a knife sharpener right here built into the handle. Very slick. The other things that came into the package, this little spatula scraper. So if you are doing some cutting and need to scoop it up and into a bowl, or you want to chop with it, it could certainly work for that. Came with a rag, that's kind of a nice bonus. And then these cutting gloves. I've never used cutting gloves. I don't really think I'll probably use these, but these are in there. That's nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple bratwurst on here. If I'm making dinner, most of the time I forget to take the meat out of our freezer in time to thaw it, and I end up using my microwave. But I love the idea of being able to use this defrosting board instead. So I'm gonna do a little comparison. I'm gonna take 2 bratwurst and stick them here on this defrosting pad. And then I'm also gonna take 2 of them and put them on just an ordinary plate here on my countertop. And then I'm gonna give it a little time and come back and see which one worked better and is this actually doing what it says it will do. On the actual package, it does talk about here on the back different amounts of time that it will take to thaw things, and it compares countertop time to the defrosting pad. So I just thought, let's try that out. So I am gonna give this a little bit of time and come back and let you know what I learned. I'm now 20 minutes into the thaw process here for the brats that I set up. Let's check it out. So on the defrosting pad, these 2 brats are almost entirely thawed. Kind of this inside corner doesn't seem to be thawed, but they really have thawed almost entirely. Here on my comparison brats, this top is not thawed, the inside is not thawed. I wish you could feel this with me so that you knew what I was talking about, but these definitely have much further to go than these 2. So generally speaking, I would say this is a much faster process than your standard countertop thawing. Nice product. I'm excited to have this as an option in my kitchen, especially on those nights when I forget to set the meat out in time. If you're looking for a nice cutting board, a nice defrosting pad with a couple extra accessories, I recommend this product.